Hello and welcome to Exercise for Everyone. This is Lesson 1, Ab Crunch. Lesson 1, Part 14. 25 plus ways to increase the challenge of a held crunch by holding or passing a small stability ball. When holding a crunch, the longer you hold, the harder it will be. You can always count how many seconds you hold your crunch, or if you're using music, you can count the beats that you hold the crunch. But when you begin to move your arms, you can also count how many arm movements you do while you hold a crunch. This way you can set a goal such as, I'm going to do 10 arm circles while I hold my crunch. And then as I get stronger, I'll increase to 15 arm circles while I hold my crunch. Many of these options can also be done holding weights, as you may have seen in Part 9. Hold crunch and circle ball around head. As the ball goes over your head, the weight of your arms will feel heavier to your abdominals. Additionally, the circular movement right to left will increase the challenge through your obliques. Of course, you are going to want to make circles in both directions. You can do one set in one direction and then the other in the other direction, or change every rep. Hold crunch and pass ball from knees to overhead. Again, as the ball and your arms reach overhead, the weight of your arms will feel heavier to your abdominals. By adding the ball and passing it between the knees and back to the hands, you'll just increase the coordinational challenge in this exercise. Hold crunch with extended legs and pass ball from your legs to overhead. Very similar to the previous crunch, except now our legs are extended. Extending your legs will produce a greater challenge in the core, especially if you have tight hamstrings. Always keep your heels above your hips even if your knees are slightly bent. Hold crunch with one leg extended up straight. Reach ball from overhead to your foot. This crunch may not be as advanced as some of the others. However, you can really increase the difficulty by flexing your ankle on your extended leg and really reaching up as high as possible towards your foot. For a slightly more challenging variation not shown here, you may also extend the non-extended leg towards the sky out and rest it flat on the floor. Hold crunch with one leg 90-90 and then pass ball around your leg. You'll have to crunch very high in order to get the ball to actually pass behind your leg, and of course this will make it more challenging. Hold crunch with one leg 90-90 and then pass the ball from overhead around your leg. As we know from previous clips, when the ball goes over your head, it is going to challenge your abdominals more. Hold crunch with one leg extended up and then pass ball around your leg. This extended leg version of the previous clip will make it more challenging for those with tight hamstrings. Hold crunch, one leg extended up, pass the ball from overhead around your leg. This brings the challenge of bringing the ball overhead as well as the challenge of extending that leg straight into one crunch. Hold crunch with both legs at 90-degree angles, pass ball from chest around your legs. When we hold both of our legs up in the air like this, our lower deep transverse abdominis are going to have to engage much more fully. Be sure to keep your knees above your hips. This and the next few variations may be too much of a challenge for those with lower back issues. Hold crunch, legs at 90-90, and pass ball around the legs and over your head. This variation is much like the last except the ball is going over our head between each circle. Hold crunch, both legs extended up straight, pass ball from chest around the back of your thighs. Keep those heels over your hips even if you must slightly bend your knees. Hold crunch, legs extended up straight, pass ball from around the legs over your head and back around your legs. When done properly, this crunch should be very challenging for most individuals. Hold crunch with legs extended up straight, and then pass ball around your legs in a figure 8. You may wish to reach out and around or reach between and then out. Held crunch, legs extended up straight, pass ball from overhead and around your legs in a figure 8. Enjoy the extension and coordination that this variation offers. Hold crunch and do arm switches, passing the ball over your knees. Hold that crunch up high and really reach and extend while keeping your shoulders down away from your ears. Hold crunch and do arm switches, passing the ball overhead. Similar to the last one, but now the ball comes with you down to your side as you do your arm switches. Hold crunch, do arm switches while keeping the ball over your head. Here, the arms are the same as the previous crunch, but the ball is opposite. Hold crunch, do snow angel arms while passing the ball over your knees. With the arms extending out to the sides, you will feel a greater challenge through your obliques. Try to hold the crunch at a consistent height. As your arms reach overhead, it's going to be tempting to lower your shoulder blades down closer to the floor, but try to resist that urge and work deep through the core. Hold crunch, snow angel arms while keeping the ball over your knees. Almost exactly like the previous version, except the ball stays over your legs instead of traveling with your hand. Snow angel arms, passing the ball overhead. In this variation, both arms move simultaneously rather than one at a time. Hold crunch and do chest fly arms while keeping the ball over your chest. Be sure the arms stay in line with your chest, not up over your shoulders, and try not to rotate your trunk to one side and then the other. Hold crunch, do chest fly arms, passing the ball from one hand to the other above your chest. For even more variety, these variations can also be done with different leg positionings. We'll cover those in a future lesson though. Hold crunch and do arm circles, keeping the ball over your knees. Really stretch and reach through those arm circles, making them as big as you can. Hold crunch and do arm circles while passing the ball around and over your knees. Direction 1. Try and keep a consistent rhythm with both arms. Hold crunch and do arm circles, passing the ball around and over your knees. Direction 2. If you try to move your arms a little faster, you will notice you're going to need more stability. Hold crunch and do arm circles, passing the ball over your knees. In this last variation, notice that instead of doing an arm circle with one arm at a time, you're engaging both at the same time. Of course, you're going to want to pass the ball in both directions, either in separate sets or alternating. Thanks for watching! In Part 15, we'll increase the challenge of a crunch by placing a small stability ball under you.